Good evening and welcome to the Planning Commission regular meeting for May 23rd, 2022. This time we'll move to roll call. Commissioner Rasmussen.
Commissioner Britton.
Here.
Commissioner Fisher.
Here.
Chair Frazier.
Here.
Commissioner Knable. Here. Commissioner Rasmussen, present. Commissioner Stevens, I believe is excused. Commissioner Wright.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you. This time we'll move on to approval of the agenda. Do I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
I have a motion from Commissioner Fisher. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Wright. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion carries 6-0. This time we'll move on to open forum. This time, anyone liking to speak on an item that is not on tonight's agenda, please step forward to the podium. And at this time, we'll close open forum. Item 5 is the chair's explanation of the hearing process. The Planning Commission is a volunteer advisory group to the City Council. One of the commission's functions is to hold public hearings and make recommendations on land use and zoning matters. The purpose of these public hearings is to provide an opportunity for each applicant and citizens to present information, ask questions, and express opinions. Since these proceedings are televised and recorded for the public record, anyone wishing to speak up or speak must step up to the podium and give their name and address before addressing the commission. Staff reports are prepared and provided to the applicant and Planning Commission in advance of the meeting. The first step in the hearing will be for staff to present a summary of the report. The applicant will then have the opportunity to briefly explain the proposal and provide additional information or comments. Anyone wanting to speak in favor or against the proposal will then be heard. Upon completion of the testimony, the hearing will be closed to public comment. The Planning Commission will then discuss and act on the matter. 2 complete agenda packets are available for viewing on the back table. Please do not remove those items. We'll move on to item 6. 6.1 is Lighthouse Baptist Church, case CUP 2022-043, with Mike presenting.
Good evening, Planning Commissioners and Chair. Thank you. Tonight's item, Lighthouse Baptist Church, is an amended conditional use permit and a house moving authorization. However, earlier today, the applicant has asked us to continue this item to the next meeting on June 27th, 2022. That's the next Planning Commission meeting. Because of unforeseen circumstances, the applicant is revising their site plan. So they requested a condition to continue this item.
All right, thank you. Any questions for Mike? At this time, do I have a motion?
Motion to continue.
I have a motion to continue from Commissioner Britton. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Rasmussen. Any discussion on that motion? Otherwise, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Motion carries 6-0. All right, item 7 is approval of the Planning Commission meeting minutes for April 25th, 2022. Are there any amendments to the minutes? Otherwise, I'd look for a motion.
Motion to approve minutes.
Motion to approve from Commissioner Wright. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Rasmussen. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed say no. Carries 6-0. Reports is number 8. 8.1 is a recap of May City Council meetings.
Planning Commissioners, City Council on May 4th heard a number of cases that were before you earlier. They approved the leaf line expansion, so that'll be moving forward. Also, Aggregate Industries, their final scoping document, which is the environmental process that was approved. Then on May 18th, Enclave and Development, which is at 97th and Hemingway, is a new industrial development that was approved, as well as Hinton Woods Second Edition, that was also approved. And then finally, Ravine Crossing, which is the proposed D.R. Horton development here at Keats and 90th, was also approved. And then Graymont Village and Preserve at Prairie Dunes, which were the 2 single-family housing developments south of 100, were also approved. So thank you for your work. And with that, I'll turn it over to Councilmember Thiede.
Well, you guys know that Strawberry Fest is only like about 3.5 weeks away. Are you guys getting excited? I can feel the excitement in the air.
I'm excited.
I could feel it. I could feel it. So we're moving right along, and we should have a great celebration this year. Other than that, I don't know, you guys have any questions of me?
Any questions? Commissioner Rasmussen?
Strawberry Fest parade on?
It is.
Awesome.
The 18th.
My kids love that.
I'll be home just in time for it.
There you go, good. Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Thank you.
you bet.
8.2 is response to planning commission inquiries. We didn't have any from last month. 8.3 is planning commission requests. Any requests for staff?
I do have a request.
Commissioner Wright?
All right, bear with me. This is about an hour long. Just kidding. No, why,
You actually
why
have
would I
something?
prep it like that?
Oh, I thought you were kidding.
Just kidding, no. This will only take a few minutes. This kind of stems from probably a couple meetings back, so I got all my thoughts on this, so it's gonna sound all nice and official. So, fellow commissioners, staff, and guests, I ask you for a few minutes of your time. I want to share something that has been pressing on my heart to explore for the last few months. I believe it to be something very much worth the effort. As many of you know, I have made a career serving this great nation, first as a United States Marine, and now as serving as a commissioned officer in the Minnesota National Guard. Through its ups and downs, I would not trade this experience for the world. I have made Cottage Grove my home over the years, and as a history buff, I also have delved into some of the rich history the state has, including its military history. Cottage Grove in particular has a history of being an area in which soldiers over the years used it for what is now Military Road to get to places like Fort Snelling and even as far as Lake Superior and what is now Camp Ripley. That's a long walk, by the way. This is just one of many roads that have helped shape the road system we have now in Minnesota. Over the time I have served as a planning commissioner for the city, I have seen changes which has impacted Military Road, such as Ravine Parkway and other nearby developments. As we see growth in the city, I fully understand the requirement to make geographical changes to meet this need. I also have an interest in seeing some sort of preservation of our heritage. Cottage Grove is a beyond the yellow ribbon designated city. In plain terms, the city advocates and supports our service members and veterans. I can attest to this with the amazing support of the mayor, council members, and staff during the recent deployment last year. For this, I will forever be grateful. In a direct reflection of the status as a city, I have an ask tonight and hope to gauge some kind of interest in this. During a recent meeting, as I recognized that the name of the future of Military Road seems to be somewhat fading into restructuring of the area and to accommodate growth, I had an idea of renaming this road to honor a military hero. This would be a sure way of keeping some semblance of military history in our community. As I conducted research, I fixated on a fallen hero local to Cottage Grove. I'm not sure, some of you guys might know this person, maybe not, maybe the family. Army Specialist Carlos E. Wilcox IV of Cottage Grove died July 16, 2009 in Basra, Iraq, of wounds sustained when insurgents attacked his units using indirect fire. He was a 68 Whiskey. It's a medic trained to render aid to fellow soldiers and beyond. Carlos had dreams of eventually becoming a doctor. His family had even sent him books to aid him in his studies. This dream was shattered by the distinct sound of indirect fire. Watching the video of his memorial, it's on YouTube, it's available, shortly after he passed is a pernicious reminder of the sacrifices our nation's brave warriors make to keep us safe and free. With that, I humbly ask that the staff, if they explore a meaningful way in which we can honor a local hero like Carlos, and ask my fellow commissioners if they are interested in exploring the same. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you. I'm sure staff will get on that and see if there's something we can do.
Absolutely, definitely.
I know there's no absolutes, but I mean, if you don't bring it up or like at least look into the process, see
No.
if there's any interest, then
I think,
it's always a no.
and I would, Mike and Councilmember Thede are involved with the ACHP, which is our historic preservation, and we realize the importance of Military Road. And so I know they'll be having discussions on how is that memorialized, how is information shared about what Military Road is and where it went to. And so I know that's a project that they'll be undertaking, but I appreciate you sharing Army Specialist story, and we can share that with them as well.
My other perspective of this is military, you know, when you name things, like roads and stuff. You go up to Camp Ripley, there's like Chickamauga Road, there's like, General Patton Road. People here are like, what? It means a little bit on there, but, something like that would be, okay, well, what's Wilcox? And people kind of maybe look into the story and see,
Absolutely.
Especially someone to that caliber. So I
No, I
appreciate it.
appreciate you sharing it.
Councilmember Thiede.
Yeah, as you were talking about that, and I was thinking, because we've had some discussions on what to do along the trail and so forth. And, in my mind, I thought, well, there's Wilcox, there's probably a variety of other people.
Absolutely.
That actually from, Cottage Grove also. And maybe there could be a list, maybe you could even do something like create a database so that, you could even have like a QR code or something like that where you could see somebody's name. Oh,
Yeah.
it was, and bring it up on your phone or something. It would go in and grab online or something like that. So I think that's, a great idea to do something like that.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I agree with you. There's probably more veterans, right, that have
Oh, yeah.
served and not come home. And so how do we honor not just the veteran you talked about, but every, I know it's hard to hit everybody, but how do you, I think that's a great idea. But how do you include as many as possible?
I did
I think that's amazing.
I did the Patriot Guard when I was in the Marine Corps still, and there was 2 people that died within 2 weeks of each other, and it was really impactful.
Yeah.
The first one was a Lance Corporal, 19 years old. Mom's just sobbing. I stood watch over the body overnight, and she just ran to us and hugged us. I mean, talk about feels. And then the other one had a kid on the way, 3 months into almost being born, and he passed away from all that. So I don't know. I just thought it'd be cool, an opportunity for us to be creative and how to pay respects to people like that. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I definitely think there's a lot of things the city can do, and I'm sure the city is definitely willing to look into some creative ways to do that and make something like that happen. So thank you for bringing that up.
thank you for the time.
All right, any other requests tonight? Seeing none, I will look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
I have a motion from Commissioner Rasmussen. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from Commissioner Wright. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say no. Motion carries 6-0. We are adjourned.